The final one-dayer between New Zealand and Sri Lanka, 7th and final. And it's half-time here because Sri Lanka have completed their 50 overs. And New Zealand about to reply. And here's what happened. Sri Lanka won the toss earlier today. And two standout innings. Firstly, Dilshan with his 81 off 98 balls. And who else but Sangakkara, his 21st century in ODIs and 113 not out. Okay, let's have a look at some of the highlights.
Right, well, it's a good toss to win because it proved to be a good batting track, but it did take them a little bit of time to get into the swing of things. It didn't move in the air, it really didn't seem, and later on there was no real spin either. So Tiramana and also Dilshan got along to a good start. They put on 71 before the skipper Tiramana was caught in front. The run out was very close. Had he hit, had he picked up cleanly, Dilshan would have been run out, and that would have been back-to-back blows. He was a little bit shaken up because of it, but he went on to score a very, very polished 81. And some of the shots that he showed after he got used to the pace of the pitch were very good. And Sangakkara, well, does he ever look out of form? Just played beautifully. And Russell Arnold is sitting alongside me as the innings built. You had 300 in mind, not quite.
Yeah, fall of wickets was the problem. But Sangakkara, what a class, 21st ODI century, but they started it off. Dilshan's dismissal on 81 around the 30th over. Vettori often dictates terms to Jayawardene, but today used his feet early and played his pet shot, runs that ball down to third man to get off strike time and time again. The tactical move of Sikuge Prasanna coming in the power plays didn't work. Was given not out. Mills wanted to go upstairs and it came back in his favor. Overturned. Things started slowing up for Sri Lanka. Forced Sangakkara to go over the top. Boundaries only coming off his bat. The wickets continued to tumble at the other end. Thankfully, Tissara Perera found a couple of boundaries, a 6 as well. Caught at third man, made 20 off 12 balls, Tissara Perera. Coming in ahead off Karunaratne Kulasekara picked up a lucky 6. And then the moment we were all waiting for, ODI century number 21. 13 off the last over from the bat of Sangakkara, giving Sri Lanka 287 to defend.
So, very competitive total. And Sangakkara, once again, a standout performance. Dilshan doing his job too at the top of the innings. New Zealand bowlers, only one of them went through. Southee, 2 for 50, and was probably the best of them. And Vettori, well, they took to him today. 8 overs, none for 52. Anderson got 3. So there it is, 288 required at a run rate of 5.76. And we're almost set to get cracking here. Game 7 of the series has resulted in a win for Sri Lanka by 34 runs. And it was well deserved too. After they won the toss, decided to bat and posted a formidable total. And this was New Zealand's reply, 253. Few players got started, no one really kicked on.
Well, Martin Guptill didn't get started, and that was one of the early issues for New Zealand. Very first delivery from Kulasekara. He was trapped in front. Chris Gaffney said, I cannot find a reason not to give that out. And Martin Guptill thought about reviewing it, but in the end, he walked, and he was right in doing so. It would not have been overturned. Then Tom Latham, opportunity today, a rare opportunity at the top of the order. Just got a bit crease bound and played around a very good delivery. And then Ross Taylor also chopped one onto the stump. So New Zealand at that stage were in big trouble at 3 for 42. A review on Kane Williamson, such a valuable wicket for Sri Lanka to capture. And Virtual says that ball is going on just to clip leg stump. Wasn't enough to overturn the on-field decision. That was the end of the reviews. Kane Williamson again playing some wonderful pull shots and drives down the ground. It wasn't an easy shot to play today. Picked up 50 with a lovely little scoop over the backward square. At this stage, the partnership between he and Elliott was going along nicely to Elliott. Hit a wide one straight down the throat of Chandamal off Chimera. Corey Anderson said, Buck, the best way forward is to hit and hit hard, and he did that to great effect, but not for long enough. 29, he lost Kane Williamson as he slipped trying to play a charging sweep shot. He lost his balance, and Jay Warden took a valuable catch. Corey Anderson kept bludgeoning it around the Wellington Stadium, and then he nicked one behind, and Sangakkara took a dismissal, which took him past Adam Gilchrist as the greatest wicket-keeping dismissal taker in one-day international cricket. Luke Ronchi has become so adept at coming in and getting New Zealand out of trouble, and he's so good at shots down the ground that they'll be doing a lot of homework on him. Found a good ally in Dan Vettori. They put on 74, and this is when Sri Lanka started to get genuinely worried about defending this total. Vettori getting back towards his best. Luke Ronchi scooping one over wide mid-wicket, and then hitting one with a bit of luck over the top of short third man. Got undone by Kulasekara with a cracking Yorker, a cracker, and Daniel Vettori nutmeg, I think they say in the business, through the legs. New Zealand was had high beliefs there, and then it started to fall away very quickly after Ronchi and Vettori. Tim Southey, as he's wont to do, was always looking to hit the ball over the fence, wasn't able to do it. Mills was. He hit one magnificent hook shot way up into the stand, and then a couple of beautiful shots down the ground, and he looked very good. Had McClenaghan with him. They decided they wanted to push for a close one. Mills was a little slow out of the blocks. Kulasekara's throw was good enough for Sangakkara to be athletic, and Sri Lanka had finally won one.
By 34 runs, as you can see at the bottom there. Sri Lanka 287 for 6, New Zealand in the 46th over dismissed at 253.